Good evening, everyone. Sheek here with another Transformers review, and today on the spookiest night of the year, I will be reviewing the Universal Monsters Dracula Transformers crossover Draculus. Anyway, I've been wanting this crossover for quite some time, but I thought, now that I finally got my hands on him, that this would be the perfect time of year to review him. Anyway, as you can see, this is a 90th anniversary of Dracula box. On the side, Transformers Authentic barcode. And as you can see, this is made to look almost like a tape, which is really cool. VHS, for those of you that don't know, it was a form of watching movies before DVDs. And if you don't remember DVDs, it's what we use before streaming services. And as you can see, obviously, it turns into a bat. This is pretty much a slight remold and repaint of Transformers Titans Returns Mind Wipe. And it slides open, and as you can see, it is a tape cassette. Well, a VHS tape cassette. And then you can see the old windy wheel in there. And the red of velvet or blood in the backdrop. And he looks very elegant, look like he's wearing a tuxedo almost. And I'm going to be very careful opening this up, because there is quite a bit of resistance trying to get out the rest of the way. So I'm going to be very careful and get him opened up. Good evening, puny flesh creatures. I am Count Draculus. Only those that have energon pumping through their veins need fear me. For I will feed on any Autobot or Decepticon unfortunate enough to fall within my grasp. So for tonight, puny Earth germs, you are safe from my appetite. Okay, so here we have Draculus out. As you can see, there is his lovely cape of concealment and darkness and all that whatnot. He does come with two other accessories, which in my opinion for this character are completely pointless. He does have a gun that's on black with a little bit of red, reminiscent of blood and all that. And then he does have this other gun that Mindwipe also had. I mean, they pretty much have the same accessories. This one is just black with a little bit of red to be like blood. I guess this would be a claw to rake. So, I mean, I guess this one might make a little more sense, potentially, but I feel like he'd use darkness and shadows to his advantage, rather than brute force and weaponry. Now, for the bat mode configuration, which is what I feel like this is more for than anything else, you're supposed to put the gun like this. I guess it's supposed to be sort of like a bat's tail, because, you know, they are rodents. Or, as I also sometimes put it, is underneath here. Either way works. It's personal preference for that. Anyway, but back to Draculus. He has the makings of a tuxedo. He doesn't have the crest that's shown in the drawing, which makes sense, as that is a hinge right there. But you can tell he has the tuxedo, like there's the, I can't remember all the parts of this type of wear, but it definitely looks like he's wearing a tuxedo, very formal attire. Black here, the white, the not necessarily exactly a sash, but silver right there. And then cuffs with, I guess, no cufflinks on there. And then a nice black collar around his head. His face is done in silver with blood red for the eyes, which is really cool. And then he has silver ears. And this is a ball joint. Does a lot of wiggly waggly. but it's not a headmaster, which is a relief. Although the compartment for a headmaster is still there, although I don't know if it would hold one. And then his hands are done in a nice silver, made to look more like talons. I don't remember if mind wipes looked like that, if they're more like hands, but definitely more appropriate for his to be more like talons. And then we have just pretty much his legs done in black. He doesn't have any ankle tiltage because this is just a basic Titans Returns mind wipe with a little bit of retooling done. And the cape just goes on like this. You can't really do any poses with him holding it up unless you stick his hand through the hole, but then that just kind of ruins it. But you can kind of have him do the thing where he hides most of his face behind his cape and looking all mysterious and dangerous. Anyway, the face was slightly disappointing. When I first saw the box a while back, I thought it looked like the artwork looked like he was burying his fangs and had his mouth open, which turns out it's not. It's just the same stand face on here. But I feel like, and you can kind of see the looks of where they're supposed to be fangs, but his mouth is shut. I would have thought it was cool if he had his fangs bared, like he was ready to take a bite out of some unlucky Autobot Decepticon that crosses his path. Anyway, still looks cool regardless. But the instructions show you how to transform with the cape on, but I really see that as completely pointless. So for transformation, let's go ahead and remove his cape. Okay, got his cape off. Now to get him transformed. So first thing that you probably want to do is just go ahead and get his hands flipped in, and then just flip his head back. Unfortunately, if you don't have the cape on him in bat mode, his head is kind of visible, but considering that you probably won't want to have him transform without the cape anyway, it's kind of a moot point. Go ahead and then rotate his forearms around, then rotate and click into place. Click into place. This one's a bit stiff on my copy. Then just rotate the arms down, which turn into the little bat legs. And then you can see the bat head, and there's the little mini wings that are supposed to make him look like the bat wings aren't really. It's a mind wipe thing, not really a Draculus thing. But you then rotate these back. Get them out of the way. Now it looks like a bat with tiny wings. Okay, and then for his legs, you just pretty much unfold them completely, making bat wings. Pretty much. And then you flip his feet back. A nice blood red that fades into black at the tips. Absolutely love that. Untab, unfold. Okay. Let's see. And then get this. And then get his head. Mine doesn't really snap into place. It kind of clicks, but then it just doesn't stay. Maybe if you happen to get a copy, maybe it won't do that. But it stays well enough, I guess. And then you line up this right here, this tab on the wing with this on the, well, larger wing. And same with the other side. Then you pretty much got him into his bat mode, which is really cool. Before we get his cape back on, let's go ahead and I guess just take a look at that lovely bat detail. The face is done in black with red eyes and red ears with silver for his bat teeth, and his mouth does open up to reveal some sharp silvery fangs. And the head unfortunately does not rotate. There is not much articulation for the bat mode, and you can't, since you can't really move the head, you can't really make him look forward as if he's flying. And like I said, visible head syndrome, big time if you don't put the cape on. So let's go ahead, and also I guess visible hand syndrome too, if you don't decide to put his cape on in bat mode. Which, like I said, and before I guess we put the cape on, we should go ahead and plug in his tail. Draculus's bat tail, and then get that kind of angled out of the way. And it said the instructions were really weird. It didn't say to take this thing off, but it doesn't make sense to have it hooked on down there on that peg and then to have it up here. So what I did is I just took it off, put it down over the little bat wings, and then you pull it down, and then you pull these holes, which it does mention in the instructions, and it goes over that tab right there, and over that tab on the other side, and there we have Draculus in his bat mode with his cape. And my, does that look so cool. I will admit, it doesn't look super menacing, but I would say it definitely looks better than the standard Mind Wipe mold. I really do like it, and then his cape just really sets him apart. Yeah, and then you can also, depending on how you position the cape, you can probably also have him kind of close himself up, sort of like with the cape in robot mode, although it does seem to put a little bit of strain on the cape, so you might not want to do it too much or bring it too far. But as far as just having the cloak on in bat mode, just looks absolutely amazing. And like I said, it does cover up his visible head, and then you can have him soaring through the night, and then where he can drop on and then pounce on and drain the life energon from any unfortunate to cross his path. Now everyone, have a safe and wonderfully spooky and creepy Halloween night, and until next time, have a good one, everyone.